Well, with Trump as the presumptive nominee, there's also lots of buzz over whether he should go public with who he'd like to have as his running mate. At the moment, he's not showing his cards just yet, saying he wants to wait till the GOP convention this summer. Right now, he is in Spokane, Washington, holding a rally at the convention center there, and some say announcing a VP choice could further unify the party if that person is someone who has strong ties to the GOP. Joining us now with some thoughts on this, former presidential candidate and former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Welcome, Governor. Great to see you today.
Thank you, Uma. Great to be with you again.
There's some pressure on Trump right now to move fast, to get the party faithful on his side. Would it be a smart strategy, in your opinion, to go ahead and defy protocol, as he is known to do, to go ahead and stop the guessing game before this summer's convention and pick a VP choice?
Well, he could certainly do that. It might be helpful, but he may decide to wait until the convention, give him more time to vet through the candidates, determine who's really compatible with him, have opportunity to spend time with those people. I don't know that there's any pressure on him to announce this early. And I think those who say, well, it'll bring the party together. Look, people who are mad at Donald Trump are still going to be mad at Donald Trump. I don't care who he picks. And I don't think he owes those people a thing. He owes them only to win the nomination, which he's done, and now to win the presidency over Hillary Clinton, which I believe he will do. To placate everybody who is very petty and acting with petulance about saying, well, gee, if it's him, then I'm not even going to vote, or I'll go vote for Hillary. I don't think he owes those people anything.
It's very interesting. And right now we're showing you pictures of the rally that's going to take place in Spokane, Washington, where Mr. Trump is going to be speaking within minutes. It's his first trip to Washington State. He has put former rival Dr. Ben Carson in the position of heading up the search committee to offer up some names for Trump to consider. Who do you think should be on that list?
Not for me to decide. If I'd been the nominee, I'd get to tell you that, but I don't get to talk about it because it's not my decision.
But people that, you know, would be likely contenders that you think would get some rave reviews within the party.
Well, let's take a look at what Trump himself has said. He has said that he wants to pick someone who has government experience, who's been a governor, a senator, somebody who has some pedigree, if you will, a little bit of a resume in governing, and I think that's smart. But he didn't say whether it was going to be a man, a woman, a southerner, a westerner, a northeasterner. He's left himself a lot of room, and I think that that is smart. And the one thing he has shot down, I think Ben Carson floated, it might even be a Democrat, and Donald Trump shot that down pretty quick and said, no, he's not going to do that. That would be disastrous, utterly disastrous.
And that would be like the ultimate outsider. But speaking of outsiders, what impact do you think having an outsider on the ticket, what impact could that have on the GOP if it's a name that isn't too familiar with the public?
I don't know that it helps a whole lot. I think it could be a question he doesn't want to have to deal with over the next several months. He doesn't want to put somebody on that stage who could hurt him. The main job of the VP pick is to take the Hippocratic oath politically, do no harm. And what he has to do is to have someone who can articulate the message with the press, who has been through this process enough, vetted well enough that there are not going to be a lot of big surprises about that candidate, and that that person is not likely to stumble and fumble, whether it's in an interview or on the debate stage, because that's what he doesn't want, is that a distraction from his own candidacy.
I asked Speaker Gingrich about this earlier, and I want to get your opinion on this now. Do you expect that the divide that exists right now in the party establishment, like with Paul Ryan and others, will soon close over the next few weeks if Mr. Trump works hard enough to unify the party with meetings and listening more than anything else to their point of view?
I think overwhelmingly the party's going to come together. I thought it was very significant that Dick Cheney said that he is going to endorse Donald Trump, and Bob Dole did. You know, that says a lot about these guys as statesmen. Every one of us who was on that stage, there were 17 of us, and we all, in the very first Fox News debate, were asked, would we support the nominee regardless? And we all said yes. The only person who hesitated was Donald Trump, who later was sort of frog-marched in front of the world to publicly sign his commitment to support the ticket. I think really the question is, are we going to be men of our word, women of our word? Are we going to keep the promise that we made on national television on this very network when we said we would support the nominee? I was prepared to do that regardless of who it was, even if it wasn't my favorite person. And I have said very clearly, you bet I'm going to support Donald Trump. Number one, I think he can beat Hillary. And number two, I said I'd support the nominee. I'm keeping my word.
And that's a promise, as you point out, that was witnessed by millions of viewers across this country who know firsthand that he did, that everyone did take that pledge. So we will see how that all comes together. Governor, always great to have you on board. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Uma.